No, no! Bruce, what have you done?
Oh, yes! We're just two dudes in a magic castle throwing cats at each other. I don't think this is how this is supposed to work, but it's funny. Also, why is there just an active tornado? Greetings. We are not mic'd up yet. There we go. We are back. Okay. Continuing on where we left off last week with Disco Elysium. Yeah, what do we have to do here? Maltique? What's small? Oh, you mean just the camera box? Yeah, it's little. I got a narrow window that I can be in. But I couldn't really find a better way to work a camera into the game UI. Yeah, I mean it's just the character's profile. Like that's what's in the game. I've cut a bit of it out so it makes a nice frame. But yeah. Yeah, I'm small. You might not even notice I'm here. But the game itself, the UI is pretty, far out. So I didn't want to crop the game down for, like my other kind of a layout, where chat is on the side and I've got a whole space for camera. So this is what we're doing. But how are you doing, Mr. Ninja? What are we doing? Let's see. What, how do we get to our... There we go. Find out who is in the Union box. Guard has told you some unruly Union men gather in the mess hall. Oh, yeah, that's right. Finished Rebirth, just installed Spider-Man. The first one or the new one? The second one. Taking the rest of the day off. First one, never. I really liked the first one. It's Kim's shortwave to run the serial. Oh yeah, we gotta find Kim's car. Ask for Everett Clare's help getting the body down. Report my badge missing. I don't know that we need to do that. Pay for the damage I did at the hotel. Yeah. Figure out who put the clothes in the trash. Figure out what's going on with the victim's tattoos. Hold of a sad song on tape. Reality lowdown. You have no idea who you are. Lena encouraged you to ask others to explain the world to you in greater detail. Perhaps try a rich person. Rich people are educated. Watermarks. Just go to... Okay, so we definitely just gotta find Kim's car. But first we'll talk to this little shithead again. See if he knows anything about the clothes.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
I think we've all moved past that by now, Kuno.
Not all of us. Acts like that stick with you for a while.
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife. Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony. Put the fucking knife in you. Yeah. I've been in your room.
Does he have our badge?
But you and Kuno are good for now. Pals, shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time.
Shoot. Now, when he means shoot that shit, like, does he mean, like, shoot at him? Cut his ears off. I mean, with as red as they are, they look super infected. I don't know he's gonna have them much longer to begin with. Like, he must have just an impossible ear infection right now. Look at that. Let's have a jolly time. Does he want to? Yeah, we'll say
and
yes.
you're back in business with the Kuno.
Okay,
Now
cool.
what is it?
Kuno is a merciful king, kind to his wayward subjects.
Let's see. We have no chance at this. Smear drops, get your ears cleaned.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
Dead man's clothes are in the trash container. How'd they get
Kuno
there?
doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
Alright, entertain me. What's so great about these pants?
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists.
Ant scientists.
Believe it, you need this shit.
He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic-wrapped pants. They're graphic black and look brand new.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready.
Oh, tartan ready.
They will also make you into an idiot.
Wait, what? They make me an idiot. How can pants make me an idiot? But you must have seen what happened to his clothes.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around. Except for that up there. Now you want performance gear or not,
Idiot
Grandpa?
pants.
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
Might be interested in the pants. Let's talk about this later.
Alright, Pickle. Shit's rolling.
Don't do business with the pig, Kuno. He's gonna steal all your money, Kuno.
As you can see, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust.
There's more to his distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something obscure in you. What that is, however, remains a puzzle for now.
There's also a mug in the trash.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Yes. Does this racist mug have anything to do with it?
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker 'cause he's the clothes fucker?
Maybe?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene. Cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together here.
Oh.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Okay. That was kind of enlightening. Let's, go find the car. View. Great tectonic forces cracked the pavement like an eggshell. Is this the car?
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage.
What? Oh. Oh, this is what woke us up.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I turn on the headlights.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage. The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Kinema comes to life with a whiny growl.
Headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone,
In front of it. There.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kinema's headlights.
Hey, look around. Yeah, where are we?
Let me see. Right here.
It's nice.
No, it does not.
Aw.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
About the next one.
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
It?
That's it.
Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
18 years I've done this? Drunk like a megastar? Walk the land telling whores and liars of the end to come? There are 9,855 days remaining. Probably the same boring office job as everyone else. Like I went around apologizing all the time. Really think I have any idea. Have we told him that we have amnesia? Let's say get drunk like a megastar.
Yes, that does seem quite likely. Your youth coincided with some heady days for Revachol. But let's move on, shall we?
Calling us old.
This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
That a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
Saying I used to be a super cop.
Call it what you want. You are a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row.
I like he has no hesitation in using the past tense.
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Expecting a higher number, honestly.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
Obviously, the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Ah. Neat. Okay. This is not a map.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop. Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bayi. Badass on-the-edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Wait, no, that's... Why would you turn the camera on before the lights? That's not how cameras work.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Where's...
Inside, you see
What else? Oh yeah, we
steering
needed
wheels,
the
a
toolkit
radio
out of here.
microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Okay, so we need what? The red-tipped pry bar. Trying to get the thing on our clipboard open, right? Chin the puller.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
So, at our damaged lever, use the interact button.
It's the ledger you
Inventory.
found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Okay, I guess the pry bar isn't how we open the little compartment. Hey, Beej. Step out, you're at the point where if you kept eating, you wouldn't have a satisfying amount of left for tomorrow. You're saving your leftover. You know what? I did that today, too. I made enchiladas. I made like 3 of them. And really, by the time I got through the second one, I was like, I'm good. I don't need the 3rd enchilada, so it is now in the fridge. What'd you have for supper? This to open locked containers in the world. That's probably going to be it. That kid definitely does things. What's going on here? Volumetric shit compressor, so we can get our shit together. Some kind of superstar. Temporary research bonus. Oh, a -2 to logic? But why would we want a -2? I don't want to delogicify me. Ordered Indian. Oh, that's right. Yeah, mouth is still tingling. Okay, so need to figure out how to get this dude down. What is the button for? Okay. What's the button for? Aren't there? Oh. J. A for journal. Aha! Alright, so buy some pants from Kuno. I don't think we have the money for that. We gotta pay our hotel bill first. Oh yeah, we need to use the radio to ask Sylvie. She made the call. Reporting the crime. We could ask the station for money. Okay.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone. The frequency tableau lights up, and a green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Hi, Alice. This is the officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Kim, didn't Gert give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Start slapping a marching rhythm on your thighs.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Just wait. Relax.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
I mean, all things considered, that was pretty quick.
Yes, hello?
Female voice greets you through the static. Sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Hello, this is the police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
Have you seen my gun? No. Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who made the call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't
That
have the money to
shitty
have the
kid
cable
took
put
all the
into them.
cable.
They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
Interesting.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
No, sorry.
Wrong
I
button.
don't. People don't.
So the Union...
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just
Why
might take a while.
didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse.
What does the Union have to do with it?
No one calls the police. The Union would get angry.
What do you mean by that?
You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
Kim, is she speaking truth? Is Union the law around here?
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
I don't know what
Okay.
to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. With the Union. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
How my paperwork ended up in the trash container behind the whirling?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir. Clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash. You didn't need it. I am sorry about that.
Oh,
Anything
no, that,
else, detective?
that's probably fair.
Anything else, detective?
That's probably fair. Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
I showed you my gun? When did it happen?
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and
Actually, what did I do? No, yeah, what did I do?
you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them.
Wait, off of what?
You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that, people don't like that. I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall," painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains.
I feel like
Very
we had a
nice visuals
really
there.
rough night.
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after.
Why would I threaten to kill myself? I mean, look at this world. I would love to stay.
There is silence on the other end of the line.
Oh. Okay, so what happened to my gun?
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost...
There we go. Excellent condition. You know, I'm used to Twitch being twitchy, but it feels weird when YouTube has issues. Alright, what else did I sing besides the double O? I'm looking for a song.
Oh, all sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock.
Maybe you can help me identify this one particular song.
Which one would that be?
One that was really sad.
Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in San Franz. Butchered that right up.
Oh.
Interesting. You still have to find it, however.
Thanks for talking with me. Take care.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Could you run a serial number for me? From a pair of armored boots for me?
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Deal.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isoleri law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook.
Okay. Good there. Go, talk to Gert and clear things up. Oh, hey. Mess hall's open. Oh, is that the bird we fucked up? I talked to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you.
Wait, what? But what about the bird?
Bird?
Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
She didn't break it. I did. Threw it against the wall.
You broke the skewer!
Mm.
I assure you it was him.
It's as if he can't decide whether to be angry or relieved that it was you. Again.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
It's a mystery.
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all.
A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
All right. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? Did she say anything about me?
Said she was flattered. It was just bad timing.
Really? I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or...?
Or can you give him a moment? Somehow you realize this is not going to net you any professional discounts.
Damn it.
Already he's reverting back to defensive.
Hoping this would take care of our debt, too. Probably not. At least we're getting good karma, right? Okay, we did get a level up, though. So, what can we put a point into? I think we should spread points around, or should we dump into, one stat? Let's see, we've got two things going in here. We got logic going up here. Work, drama, conceptualization, visual calculus. Suggestion. Logic seems good. Drama. Play the actor, lie, and detect lie. There we go. So now what do we got? Out who's in the... Oh, yeah, let's... Oh, no, this is the kitchen. An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek.
Those are words we can make out?
Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please. It's not funny.
Hello. Got some time for some questions? We're not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You've got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. Well, that was, not a particularly enlightening conversation. Take the money? I feel like just taking the money right in front of the dude. Bad karma.
You see A heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Touch the door.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side.
Try to push.
The door does not budge.
Wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
I'm drawn to its cobalt blue.
It is quite pretty. I suppose we could look into it as a side investigation.
The door and the main investigation will merge into a stereo investigation.
If you say so. Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Try to push on the door.
The door does not budge.
Okay.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great.
Aha, there's a mysterious
love
blue
those.
steel door in the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
You know what's behind it? You have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
Okay, we've got to open this
Dust.
door.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
Okay, we have a new primary mystery. Open that door. Health. Huh. Alright, what's next? It's for tomorrow. Oh yeah, we should ask him about pissing contests between our
Yes.
departments.
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
Do you ever talk with yourself? Let's see. Tell me a secret about yourself. That's... You don't look like a... That sounds racist. That just sounds racist to be like the first thing... All of these answers suck. We've got, oh, you're wearing glasses. No shit, he's wearing glasses. We can see that he's wearing glasses. We can see that he doesn't look like other people here. Fuck.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Glasses are cool, I guess. Just observing. But... Physical instrument, legendary failure. I don't have a problem with his glasses.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal pair yourself.
Oh, we failed a sight check. You don't look like other people around
That's
here.
because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
What is Seoul?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're only making it sound uninteresting. I want to know more.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
Oh. Well, tell me a secret.
No.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair.
The lieutenant nods.
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You ever have, like, conversations with your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
I get it. You're one of those old school detectives.
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Works?
Good. Let's change the subject.
We tell him. I feel like we should tell him. I think you should know. I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Really don't remember anything. There was drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
I'm afraid this is a medical situation.
Really? You look fine to me.
I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage. I saw myself in the mirror and had no idea who I was.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
Okay, well, we told him. He doesn't
Focus
believe
on other
us.
people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
All right, forget it.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Let's go. We were still supposed to ask him about fishing contest. Okay, we gotta get to the harbor. Oh yeah, we need to call the station. We can't get some money.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Can you connect me to the 41st?
Just a second, officer.
Hope they don't ask about my badge.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, Station 41. I've got urgent business. Over.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over.
Reporting in. Over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
I'm in dire need of financial assistance.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but
Is it him? What does he want?
he says he needs money.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
No, maybe.
Alright.
I already
that's a
did.
negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
Please, I'm begging you here. I don't have a place to sleep tonight.
He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vicmar said...
Who cares what this Vicmar said? Pull on their heartstrings. Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity.
I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. Please come and get me. No. It's paramount to the investigation that you grant me more money.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over.
Okay.
Anything else, sir? Over.
Definitely not gonna tell him about our badge now. This may sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss.
10-4. Your badge should have most of your personal details. Look over that. Over.
Of course, my badge. I can look at my badge that I have.
10-4. Anything else for you, sir? Over.
10-10. Transmission completed. Standing by. Over.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pidier, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
Asks startled. John Vicmar turns to her and says,
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Meyer stops to think.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Is that who we are? Mullen?
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Noah looks down at her neatly polished black shoes. There's a quaint firmness to her voice when she speaks.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Crowd in the room has started fidgeting uncomfortably, but he's trying to slip out unnoticed.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words.
Sounds like we were spiraling pretty hard.
This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain, or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
Run your fingers over one of the steering levers.
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
Tap on the fuel preheater gauge.
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Okay, well, didn't get money. But, did find out, or I guess, outside of universe we found out our name. A sea monster did this?
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Oh, is this like a time skip thing? Okay, so, Union. What do we think? Haven't had a job for years. Well, this may be the Union. Agree?
Scab?
Asks a man with jolly
Your
eyes
hazy
tilting his head.
notion of a scab smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
Not a scab. Cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Come to Martinez investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Maybe you could help me solve it by telling me who did it.
It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
Should we? He's nice. I don't like nice. He didn't do it. It's the truth.
I'm looking for assistance with a dead body situation.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
Mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
That's simple? I just walk in?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead?
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him.
Ah! Right.
Then press the button to unlock the door.
Uh-huh.
Then go past him again.
Okay.
And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Gotcha.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
So, what's the strike about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Nice talk. I get moving. this guy is.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
He's the scab leader. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
No.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Who are all these strikebreakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
And runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
Because he's that big. Look at him.
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No.
Yeah.
They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were
given a job to do!
So, what exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
You're unable to breach the entrance.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Don't you just talk to him?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
I'm going to leave now. Foreign car. Kept in good condition. Pocket change never hurt anybody. On the ground, it's fair game. Case of strike, press button behind guard. Hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means. Measure head. The head measurer.
Your body betrays your degeneracy. Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Not wrong.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Okay.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
Very morphophysial.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me.
My body is unimportant. I'm with the police, and we need to get into the harbor.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You
alcohol.
cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Is it really so bad?
It's not good.
Ooh.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk, and drowned.
You're right. I'm an alcoholic, and I need that dead body to no longer be in the tree.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Show him the ham still got it.
Actually, I think the ham sandwich race still has it in them.
Willingly calling yourself a ham sandwich, how far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers.
The inexplicably
But now your ascent to the
potato-obsessed
genetic summit
Quakers.
has halted.
Okay.
You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
See, you're right about all this. Now, I need you to help me get that corpse down from the tree.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage.
Bro, we're just looking for
we will store the
2 or 3 strong dudes.
homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Wouldn't that mean I would have to become a Seminese supremacist myself?
Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
I don't want to be an advanced racist. Well, we have a low chance of knocking him out, so...
Go ahead. Don't be shy.
Oh.
Just ask for race secrets.
Well, fuck. No, better not say anything on this topic.
That's understandable. Jean-Luc Measurehead is a sage and an intellectual giant of race theory. Who are you, handmaiden of Al Ghul?
What are those tattoos that you're supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
You're right, that's a craniometric perfection. My race does not stand a chance.
Correct.
Serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Claire is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
My jam is a mysterious fourth.
Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
It's true. I'm a rock and roll star and a rebel.
Rock and roll is moribund. Only Koikos listen to it anymore. There is no life left in it. My people abandoned it long ago. It leads only to neurodegenerative herpes and heroin overdoses. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Semines race.
I don't really know who the Semines are. I've recently experienced head trauma.
I can see that. The Semines are the South Island race, haplogroup A4A, the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus, and arrived here 4,000 years ago. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
Were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Semines women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So you did not come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
Oh!
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
Cool.
Yes.
This could have made him more open to discussing the race enigma with you.
Oh hey, we got another shot at conceptualization.
Ask what kind of races
Finally.
there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races there are.
Do you?
This is for the thing.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailorite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself.
Uh-huh.
There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
Type A.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
I feel like this is gonna get me canceled.
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Okay, got it. Who are Type A then, in your view?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities.
Right.
The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
You know, invest in deodorant, you'll be fine.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
Dude, that sounds great.
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Simonese and the Areopagite are on the ascent.
And the Simonese are?
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Simonese inhabit the southern islands. I am Simonese, from the stock of Ulembuir on Ile de Fantôme.
Areopagites?
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Simonese are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Marat to Ansuland. Thousands of years before the
heroic migration.
Intolerant Maun-ridden Occidentals discovered
It feels just like another way of saying invading force.
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Simonese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls. The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite, or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Nature was not capable of more.
Alright, well, what about Type B?
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
Well, the Koikos sound fun. They love potatoes.
The Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description.
Said Koikos. I've been trained to identify them as white in official description.
Yes. To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see.
Alright, you haven't
They
missed
are
much. We're just
of an indistinct
we're listening to this dude
and
just
so is their skin.
go on and on and on
Unhealthy,
about
muddy,
the different races of the
ashen.
world and how terrible they all are, except for his.
Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of
Tried to see how
advanced
Spider-Man would
ballistic
run, got thrown
warfare
directly.
and
Yeah,
cultural
it starts off.
domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking Alrul and
kinda
smoking the
right into it.
degenerate tobacco herb, and for eating potato.
Potato.
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
You don't like ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla.
Right.
Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
The Vachuli?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial called Ron. Two makes to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
A lot of years.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
Have we heard about this revolution? What was this revolution?
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zaraz-ridden potato carts. It is literally
Again with potatoes.
a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade roots and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant. Enough of type mediocrity.
Right.
Types CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Chimeric experiments?
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semenese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring.
I'm not sure that's probably.
The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Right. More?
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site.
Sure.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Simonese with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Simonese strength and great servility.
Sense?
This will never happen. The Simonese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Simonese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman, or Koika.
Oh, so you're saying the Simonese can't keep it up? Some master race they are.
But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type F. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
See, now that I've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing.
Oh.
To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
Can you help me get the body down if I do?
We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way in, without becoming a race theoretician.
Am I mildly worried he might take it seriously? The lieutenant thinks. Yes, I am, he concludes. I am worried.
On second thought, we don't have time to get any deeper into this stuff.
Lost, though, buckled away at the last gate. This is why your haplogroup will never rise from the ashes. Now, I need to luxuriate in the private company of my babe. Leave me. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
Do you know anything about this mug?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
This kinda your thing?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Oh. What do you think about this, Kim?
I don't think anything about this. We are wasting our time having this conversation.
Your pedomorphic friend is right. You should leave here with your tail between your legs, contemplating race extinction. I am an immovable obstacle.
You know, if Kim didn't want us to go through with this, he could have said something before we sat through that entire explanation.
We still need to get into the harbor.
Yeah, we do.
We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
Gaze wanders over to the whirling's roof to the yard.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
It's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around here.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you, it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
Where is this Kingdom of Conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
How do you bring about those circumstances?
Incrementally.
Huh.
History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
Okay, but what about all the things that are wrong now?
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future.
A lot of non-voters that needed to hear that about 6 months ago.
You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What rationality? What benevolence?
Wait, is the kingdom of conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
This is a question I've been pondering a lot lately. Okay, so it's a basic, it comes down to a choice between utilitarianism and deontology. Utilitarianism, simply put, greater good. Deontology, do good. Deontology is you must do good acts regardless of outcome. Utilitarianism, you focus on the outcome, place less importance on the acts that get you there. So, which of these is which, then? Is the status quo preferable to chaos and bloodshed? What if the chaos and bloodshed ramps up to the better tomorrow? Whereas the status quo just keeps statusing quoing. Which of these is the greater good? At the end of the day, I'm generally a utilitarian. But which of these would better represent a utilitarian point of view? The slow march of incremental change, or the screw you, I want the future now. We'll break it to get there. I believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed. You know, I'm going to look to Han Solo for guidance here. Bring it on. I'd prefer a fair fight to all this sneaking around.
then you've never lived through real chaos.
True.
Sometimes, in the face of great disaster, defending the status quo is progress.
Okay, but what is the Kingdom of Conscience actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe. Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
I don't want to be post-sexual. I want to be perpetually sexual. Okay, so last option. That sounds kind of terrible. I don't think I want to be a moralist anymore. That seems fine. I still want to live for the present. We're gonna opt out.
What you want is immaterial. The Kingdom of Conscience is coming, whether you like it or not. Only very slowly.
Very, very slow. That was...
Yes?
That was unexpectedly, revealing. Pick our way up here? No? What if we just reach for the button? We can't get over there? Oh, we can't even interact with the button.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you.
Knock him out.
You have really...
Okay, so we gotta either find another way in or find another group to get the body down.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
The measurehead thing didn't go well. You help me out.
Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery.
Ooh.
Maybe you could even knock that Kowalson crane over using some remote controls. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
Wait, you have air support?
Because we don't. We don't have air support or any of those other things.
Oh.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
Something changes in his disposition, a merciful smile in the corner of his eye.
All right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however.
Yes?
First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it.
We did that.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
We did that. Didn't work.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
You don't have any tips on how to punch a guy out, do you? Say a really big race theorist guarding a button?
Not before you get in there and get your ass whooped. Learn by failure, I always say.
He might have some advice, but you got to at least try to fight Measurehead first. Return if you fail.
Huh. Where's the J button? Yep. Okay, so how else can we get into the harbor? What's in here?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
It's this machine.
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yes, but what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
Oh. And how do I pick up tear for the tear machine?
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so... Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there.
That's how we're going to pay our rent. By picking up bottles from around town. Ooh, tulips. I love tulips.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
Looks at the cover, boasting a colorful photo of 2 girls kissing. What? Is that what that is?
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forget about that. What is this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
But your hat would take the prize.
No. I don't like it. I hate it.
Aw.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Before we go on, what's this Frit?
I don't know. Frit?
What is Frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Some questions.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Does Frit have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
Come on, give me something to work with here.
She looks up from under her brow.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
You know the man who died?
Not really.
Not really? Does that mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has it been there?
I don't know, really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Uh-huh.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the
Thanks, Mr. Ninja.
Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the blood. Pure white.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Okay, so this is where we buy health.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Okay, so you know where to get a raincoat. And potentially money. First we need a bag. Bag in the bin? Oh, but there's magnesium in the bin.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Racist lorry driver. Great. Hey, I know Revachol. That's where we are.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless.
You
It
tell
belongs
him.
to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim. I got your back. Well, I think we all learned something. Smile. Yeah, well, fucking A, Kim.
You two make a cute couple. You know that.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that that's settled, we have some questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
You could ask him to show you the soles of his boots. He definitely looks like someone capable of a lynching. Maybe he was present.
What was that argument all about? What are you hauling? Let me see the soles of your boots. Yeah, just go straight for it.
Been admiring the stompers, huh? Sure thing. Check them out.
On the bottom of the man's boots, you see an intricate tangle of treads with no immediately discernible pattern.
What's up with your soles?
It's Rivachol.
Where did you get boots like that?
Custom made. Cost me a pretty penny.
But Why?
For when the invasion comes, the last thing they'll see before the lights go out is illustrious Revachol.
Oh, he, like, put a map of Revachol on the soles of his boots?
It doesn't look like the lieutenant cares. He just makes a little note.
You understand that you're stomping on Revachol every day, don't you?
No, it's not like that. You don't get it. It's when I kick them, you know? Oh, fuck it. It's too complex for you.
Right. I found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh, man. Oh, man. That's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but
Anyway,
no,
I found this
it's
mug.
not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
What are you hauling? You're here and you're very disappointed in all of us? I mean, that's... I feel like that's kind of the default state, but, welcome, Mr. Mechachrono.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long has this been going on?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Apples?
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something.
Sounds like a cover story.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges. Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular Koiko picked apples.
The Quico liked potatoes.
Damn, you're not gonna get more out of him on this. He's put up the wall of racism.
Said something about the rights and privileges of lorrymen.
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
It's a carter.
Someone with a cart.
Oh.
What did you think it was?
Yeah, I guess that
That's
makes
how
sense.
Deep into history our thing reaches, before machines.
And that's a privilege.
Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient, very prestigious.
It's kind of a union.
Hell no. It's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the rich fucks. They're basically the same. Been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit, but you can't replace experience.
Because calling it that makes it cooler.
Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words. Generations of practice ain't no laughing matter.
Right, what was that argument about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Oh, so you're a racist. Makes sense.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh?
I'm not
The science
just
of racial theory
racist.
has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Yes, I can really tell you are a prime example of superior design. I feel like this needs a sarcasm tag attached to it. Right, I've already made up my mind. Want to hear it?
Oh?
I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Don't push your luck, Runt.
Lonesome, long way home.
Oh, did we remember where we live?
Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Cool. Real. Hey. This week for work, I basically had to deal with a whole Dunning-Kruger convention of people who knew what was really going on. It was a long Thursday.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
I don't know. Yeah, just, stay in the back, take notes.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Limbo, huh? That's where I am.
Yeah.
Slash your tires as I leave. Maybe.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
So how long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
Extravagantly phrased. I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
Know anything about the dead man?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy with what? I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
And your conclusion?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
He hauling anyway.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him. Relax. He's merely joking.
Wicked. Always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
That your machine behind you?
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry also called
no,
Acanium
not really.
on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Interested? Not really. I'm just asked because, I don't know, must be cop reflex.
Yeah, it must be. Your job's to know all these little things, isn't it? Well, my job is to deliver tracksuit trousers.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
Think I could get one of those tracksuits?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Right, so nothing illegal then?
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
Okay.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Oh. Don't we have, like, a bunch of empathy?
Ease into it.
Oh.
Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
My man, I want to know about your soul. And you look sad. What's going on with you?
I'm okay, man. Just the jams got me down. The fumes, the chemical rainbows, the tarpaulin stretched on the frames and the dull engines off.
Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct. Damn. It's tricky business looking into someone's eyes and not doing it wrong.
Don't be a stranger.
We made a friend. I feel like we're getting a lot of checks for skills that, you know, we've invested in, but they are just still way higher than anything we do. Okay, so like, we haven't put anything specifically into empathy, but we have a +4. I don't know, like, even if you maxed everything out into empathy, that you could make that check reliably. That.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to...
Fair enough.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Shouldn't I ask what game it is?
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Better observe them first.
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
And throws a metal ball towards a smaller wooden ball in the sand, missing it by a meter.
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in my back is unbearable. I can't even say if
Is
it's
the
in
game.
my back or hip anymore. Feels like it's in both.
I hope you pass out from it, you goddamn jellyfish. Men like you are the reason this nation is sinking.
Trying to throw something as close to a predetermined point as possible. Measuring. This must be the age-old game of petanque. Shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. They're old. You are letting down yourself and the team.
The team?
Get in the damn game already.
Wait, what team?
Doesn't matter what team. Pick a team. Any team. The blue team. You're letting them down. Get in the game and throw the goddamn ball.
Why are you so mean to me?
Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
A moment of your time, fellows.
Sure, officer. I am René Arnaud, and my special.
Am I letting the blue team down? There is no blue team.
How can we help you?
You know anything about the man hanging in the backyard of Whirling in Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals,
Just
I
hate
have no
the
grounds
color
for
blue.
assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
You don't have a problem with cops?
Cop.
You casually slipping a 20. Hell
I
yeah.
don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
So you don't know anything.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
'Tis true, sire. He knows nothing. This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
Thank you for your time. Is that a bag? Can we use that bag? Aha! We got a plastic bag. How do I equip it? Aha! Nice. We need to take bottles back so that we can afford to stay in our room again tonight.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Poor little viewer.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Vandalism.
Probably some kids.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
Kuno.
That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the Star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian Church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows.
Get up. cleaning the streets. Literally. I wonder how much money this actually gets us.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Okay.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Yay! Don't remember if we owed 5 whatevers or 500 whatevers. If it's 5, we're really close to being okay. If it's 500, we are not. I have real. Real, that's what the currency is. Oh, hey. Finally got an undershirt. Not exactly the height of fashion, but we won't be so cold. In fashion, where do these two topics meet? I mean, I look good. I've got this nice sweater on, matching shirt.
Can I help you?
2 people individually compliment me on my my jacket the other day at the grocery store. No pants. So about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
How much do I owe you again?
A lot. A lot.
Oh,
For
it
the
was
room,
like, oh, it was like
drinks, and broken
130.
window, 130 real.
Oh, we're gonna need a lot more bottles.
Like what? I was rarely enjoying talking about the money you owe me.
Mecca has it. Mecca's got my money. Beat the shit out of this kid and sell his organs on the black market? I'd do it.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material?
Because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets. Easy on the eyes. No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
What is this feeling?
Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones.
Enjoying talking about your mother on her back last night with her legs in the air, but you don't hear me.
It's nothing. Someone
a long
just left
walk.
some roofing material slanted against an old shack. An inconspicuous...
I mean, I have a crowbar. I feel like we should just be able to... Oh. Pry it open. In there. Okay, we still have no idea how we're going to get into, Union Dock.
Yes?
Got any ideas?
What do you want to know?
Oh, now that we've inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing contest.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
Kind of stupidity.
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
Ah, so this is a struggle over who runs the Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to.
Oh.
It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
Wonder what this says about me, that I was sent by my station. And there can only be one conclusion. I am the finest case-solving machine, sent to outperform you in every way imaginable.
A good joke.
He does not actually think it was a good joke.
A joke, of course. Rest assured, I have no intention of competing with you.
It's good we set this thing aside. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition? If not,
No, not
we
really.
should move. Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
That's nice. Still doesn't get us through this goddamn door.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Hit him with the bag. Kim said that there must be another way. What that other way could be. Unless he means knocking him out. This.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
What kind of stickers and insignia?
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town.
Is everybody here a racist? Think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Oh, well, why don't we just set it on fire? That'll make him come running.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Who's this?
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane." Not a good track record of mental health in that family.
This king do.
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
In what way?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy during the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
The man certainly knew how to live.
Damn it, the necktie is talking to me again. There's no way that's true.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
That I believe.
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
He was addicted to nose candy. Loaded druggie?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
This is a lot to process.
His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms.
Okay, so where's he buried now? I mean, he just said...
Beneath the cold waters of
the Insulindian Bay, yeah.
Thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it.
Gotta head out. All right, Mr. Chrono, you have a good evening. Some good rest. Luck with the drugs, we're trying. What you got coming up tomorrow for... What we got? Metroid Monday.
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
That is brilliant. That is funny and nihilistic.
People in Martinez
lament of innocence,
as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the Squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Who's this?
A silver plaque on the statue. Not a good track record of mental health in that.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if we talk to this dude about his vehicle, if that opens up another option. Can't talk to any of his girls
Your
either.
descent has only worsened since I last saw you.
There is
that nothing funky
race again.
There are 3 catechypes, CF. It would be cruel. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to do.
Okay, so we can't retry to gain his favor. We're getting down here.
Right to work! Right!
I want to get into the harbor too.
Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss?
I'm interviewing people about the murder that took place here, behind the hotel cafeteria.
I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
Why so tense?
What are you talking about? I'm not tense.
Sound tense.
Yes, he's tense.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This really isn't my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let us work!
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay, I gotta ask, where exactly are you from?
What's it to you?
Routine, part of the investigation.
Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or you just might be paranoid.
Already got that. I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
Sweet. I know bars. Been thrown from several. Maybe that's why you seem familiar. Pickups intuition could be you need a hobby, yeah.
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Not right now, but it might have been there. I don't really remember things well.
Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. What's it to you? Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people.
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Worked at Territorial.
Yeah, I think I've been there.
Uh-huh. It was a long time. What's it to you? No. Don't think we...
Every once in a while.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain. Worked at Territorial.
Never
We're
heard
done
of it.
here. I have a strike to break.
Interesting.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Tough guy, I had some more questions.
Things are busy enough. You going to waste less of my time?
Maybe.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
Alright, what's the
When
strike?
a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. Beats me. They mumble nonsense about
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different
Something's
pieces
up
of the
with this
attire
dude.
seem ill-fitting.
Fitting? What does that mean?
His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence.
You wearing new clothes?
He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not even sure if the clothes I'm wearing are mine, so...
Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
What's it to you? Big mess.
Every once in a while, it's like you can... The man has turned his attention.
It's cosplaying poorly. Yeah, welcome, Coconut Corgi.
While observing you from the...
Not before
Hey,
you get in there.
definitely sounds like a plant.
Learn by faith.
He might have some advice, but you got to at least...
Not before you get in.
He might have
Oh,
some
I'm pressing 6, not 7. Bottles here?
Can I help you?
Yeah.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me.
The door is mute and indifferent. Your despair is a joke to it.
Wait, bottles? We're an alcoholic. We could make a fortune in here. I'll pick that one up.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours.
And tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
You're looking at this destruct now. Sorry for this.
No problem, officer.
Pick up that bottle? Okay. Well, still a worthwhile visit. Am I playing? It's a masterpiece. Too bad there's no. Yeah, this is my my second stream playing it. I'm going for kind of a smooth talking detective. no idea how that's gonna work out for him. Thought. Plenty of mysteries to solve. Side apartments.
The streets will flow red once more.
Cindy the
a
Skull.
great torrent
Okay.
Rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Hep, yeah. When were you last tested?
Had a battery of tests just last week. I'm practically a patchwork of interesting critters. Kinda like a man-o'-war.
Oh, good to know.
She's grown frustrated with her work and welcomes the opportunity to challenge authority in other ways.
So, you keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. Hatred? Disgust? It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
A woman?
That Ozon her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Oh, we can get wacky.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
So you don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
I mean, you could go with Cindy here.
She wants it to be something true and total.
Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
Huh. I have an opinion on this. Do you want to hear?
Yeah?
Oh, okay. I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
Be gay, do crime. I wonder if getting approval from a cop is just going to just make her not want to do it anymore.
She means the opposite. You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
Yeah, you're actually very rare and unique.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Okay. Guess not. Guess you're just like everyone else. Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
From what she said about her last exam, she's got eyes on her, too. Can we... Let's see. Can you pry this open? Oh, we can. Ooh. Signal blue naval coat. +1 to suggestion, -1 to half-light? It's half-light. 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 Let the body take control. Threaten people. We're not very threatening. That's fine. Fucking two redheaded children that are poor conversationalists. Yeah. I feel like this game has replay value in just that once you finish a campaign, I just want to immediately start up a new campaign with a new character that'll just shoot them both in the face. See where you go from there.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Yeah, but does her scarf yell at her like my tie does?
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbor. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Joyce L. What does the L stand for?
Beaton, my maiden name.
Huh. What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk? She hasn't actually said it to every drunk in town. It was spoken in jest.
Just shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
You're on a boat!
Why, yes, I am.
On a motherfucking boat! Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago?
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Caillou? I thought we were on Revachol.
We are. And the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou.
And I thought it was an archipelago.
She nods attentively.
Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cor de Lady 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name.
It's cool, but your boat really needs a name.
Okay. How about Cor de Lady 19? Why? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cor de Lady, and its hull is 19 paces long.
How about the X something?
The X something? The X what?
Just the X something.
Very absurd. Thank you for the suggestion. I will stick with the factory name for now, but thank you.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
Call it that.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
I think I have a handle on this boat thing.
Good.
What can you tell me about this strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What if I want to hear about trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
I don't want to disturb an octopus. Better let it be.
I am glad you see it that way. To repeal the act would mean repealing the coalition government. The one that leases you the right to police West Revachol.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
Right.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
I have other questions.
I hope I can be of help.
Can you tell me about the lynching? Oh, no, wait. Do you know something about these tattoos?
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
So you know something about the tattoos?
Better not tie the forestay to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Oh, shit.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
I could have eaten it for all I know. Don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
How do I negotiate my way out of this?
She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuate.
Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
What?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge, though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madame.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
Where did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
Oh, so we're henchmen now?
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation. Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
You propose that we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're siding with the Union, or that we're on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Could just, find my badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
Fair enough.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
Okay, let's get back to her.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality?
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
I'm conducting a personal investigation into the world I find myself in.
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher-detective.
My theory is that this inquiry into the nature of reality will ultimately converge with our murder investigation. They really are one and the same.
Are they now?
A deep synthesis. I'll assist you however I can then. Go ahead. Ask.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
What is a Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Tell me more about Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
You mentioned a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
Are we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the Blue Immensities. Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
Okay, that's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact.
What makes Revachol great?
History, detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Okay, who built this city? And was it on rock and roll?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile-Marat, depending on your creed.
When was Revachol built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
Why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
We're in an unimportant part of an important place.
I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
So where are we?
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
You're right, Lieutenant. I'll continue later.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Indeed. I'm always at your service. Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
Hey,
Anything else?
You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Hey, why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What nice fabrics.
Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes, a scythe of booze precedes you, your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
I'm too... Shamed?
Yes. You're too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to belittle yourself in her eyes. Those half-precious stones of Odinel. Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Even volition. That's all for now.
Of course, Detective.
Okay, well that was enlightening. Alright, and as lightning as that was, I think that's where we're gonna end up calling it. I do need to check out my thought though. What do we have here? Mas vu. Derealization. Special administration. Name after name. None of it's familiar. They seem real, but something is wrong. I feel like a kid looking at stickers on the fridge. This is a thought we must complete. Okay. We shall complete it then. What else do we got? This is info on the lynching. Need that reality lowdown. So many other things to do, but we will do them next week. So, thank you for coming in, lurking, chatting, hanging out, all of the things. Come back next week where we will continue on with Final Fantasy X-2 on Tuesday. On Wednesday, be home. See if I'm home. If I'm home on Wednesday, we will play more Orcs Must Die. On Friday, we will continue on with Romancylvania. Hopefully I can get that game done before February's over. Saturday, we will start up Final Fantasy Legends 2. Thank you, Beach. We'll get that going. And then return to this on Sunday, where we will discover more about who we are. In the meantime, have a lovely Monday, as lovely a Monday as Monday can be. And I will see you next time. Hey, that was fun now, wasn't it? Did you like the part where that thing happened and I was all, well, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching the stream today. Whether you were in on the chat or just lurking, I hope you had a good time. I play a variety of games, so come back another time to see what I'm working on next. You can also join my Discord to get announcements on what I've got coming up, or just hang out and chat. In any case, that's it for me for now. Thanks again for watching. I hope you come back another time, and until then, have a great day.